And we are now back for the final part of my third game of Jeopardy for the Sega CD console, in which I'm currently out front with $6,800. It is not a runaway game because Barbara's officially stepped up, and she has $4,000, and Cindy has $2,400, and she has the next, and Barbara has the next selection at the moment. And we're going to Jacques Cousteau for $600.
Oh, okay.
For $600. Here is the clue.
For his work with this World War II group known as Maquis, Cousteau got the Croix de Guerre with Palm.
Contestant number 3.
The Resistance.
Right.
Okay.
So that puts Cindy up to $3,000.
Alright.
Okay. Jacques Cousteau,
For $800. Here is the clue.
In 1957, he was named a director of this Mediterranean Principalities Musée Oceanographique.
He would just check on me every few months.
Contestant number 1.
And 3 or 4 years ago, his marriage started to fall apart, and they changed for things.
When you came to the hospital to identify your husband, you made a phone call. And you woke up.
What is Monaco?
From the hospital. Yes, you told me John Lennon was alive before.
That's right.
Good job.
You didn't tell us you hired you.
How did you get that? Did you look that up?
Yeah.
I was just trying to protect my career and marriage. Now,
Okay, Jacques Cousteau for $200.
For $200.
Cousteau's middle name. It's actually part of his hyphenated first name.
Contestant number 1.
Yes. You had no idea your husband was alive.
What is
Called me to the hospital. Where were you that morning?
what is Yves?
Oh, okay.
What is Yves? That's right.
Lee and I were at Tom Cook's church. I know you don't have any reason to believe me, but we had no idea John Wayne was...
Cousteau $400.
For $400. The answer there
His
is...
film The Silent World won the grand prize at this French film festival in 1956.
What is Con?
Records confirm that they were both in Falls Church.
Contestant number 1.
Type that for me, Eric.
He's got 2 of them and 2 lives.
Or spell that.
I'll
I'm thinking it's
C-A-N-N-E-S.
former life and stolen money.
What is con?
She's going running because she had
That's right.
Select again.
Thanks a lot, Eric. I've been able to pull away significantly. And I just put it as the runaway, but I got to get a few more clues. Cousteau for $1,000.
For $1,000.
Long before marrying Candice Bergen, this film director worked as a cinematographer for Cousteau.
Contestant number 2.
Oh boy.
That is why I never washed my car in the
What is this guy's name?
Louis Mallet.
Good job.
Which means I gotta get a couple more, which means I gotta get 1,800 for this, for me to have exactly 50% of that, for Barbara's total. Pirates 1,000.
$1,000.
This British pirate was knighted in 1674 and became Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. I'm gonna look it up.
Contestant number 1.
Henry Miller, I think his name is. If you can look it up just to be sure.
I do not mean it. He was always on it. The man practically has a wire growing out of his ear. He would never turn it off, Gibbs.
Unless she didn't want
Henry Morgan, I think his name is.
It's falling out.
Yeah. Who is Henry Morgan? That's right.
Yes, that's correct.
Block of M Street Northwest.
Now we have just the movies left. So Eric, you want 400, 600, 800, or 1,000?
Let's go down the list. Let's go for 4.
For $400.
This Raging Bull director served as montage supervisor on 1972's Elvis on Tour.
Contestant number 1.
my favorite. Listen, can you go on my desk?
We're not going to consult.
Just tell me where he is.
Uh,
There's a laptop in the passenger seat there. I'd love to get a look.
who was Martin Scorsese? I think Aubrey would get this.
You were rocking, you were on the table.
Yep.
Right.
This category.
You got a better idea?
600.
For $600,
Julie Walters received an Oscar nomination for playing the title role in this 1983 British film.
An application for my phone. Why is that important what we're doing here? With a vehicle's VIN number, you can access all the vehicle's permit information, including key and remote code. Hacked into a database.
Educating Rita.
There it is. Wow. Glad that MIT education paid off or something, McGee.
Okay, how much do I have? 9,600.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
800.
for $800, the answer is
The Sistine Chapel was recreated in a Rome studio for this 1965 bio of Michelangelo.
I haven't the slightest idea.
Where is he now?
He has not moved.
Oh, yeah. How do I get into his files?
The Agony and the Ecstasy.
You can get in here in 10 seconds.
Interesting movie title.
And the last one,
for $1,000.
it's Stevie Wonder's Oscar-winning song from The Woman in Red. I looked that
I just
up.
called to say I love you.
Contestant number 1.
Say that again for me?
I just called to say I love you.
How do you know that?
Because The Woman in Red came out in 1984 and it came out sometime after that. It's on that soundtrack.
So it's I just called to say I love you?
That's it.
What is I just... huh?
Exactly what you
I know my music, I know the song, I love the song. That's
Okay.
Tell me it was
What is I just called to say I love you? That's right, and with that correct response, I put the match out of reach for Barbara.
Madam Butterfly, rose melodies. One after the other, it never ceases to amaze me.
That actually won Steve.
We're back for Final Jeopardy.
So
And the Final Jeopardy category for today is
The Final Jeopardy category is Women Authors. It is women authors. I am
Contestant number
guaranteed a fourth game no matter what.
So sorry. So sorry.
You ready, Eric? I hope you know some women authors.
contestant number 1. What would you like to wager?
Okay. First off, I have a 2-game winning total of 40,600. So I'm just going to go for 200. I'm just going to go for $200
The
in
Final
case I know
Jeopardy
to get it
clue
wrong.
is
In 1901, she published what was become
Identify your
the
response.
best-selling children's book of all
Good luck.
time.
I really don't
Who is Beatrix Potter?
Peter Rabbit, of course.
It's a guess.
Contestant number 2.
It is a total guess.
Contestant number 2. How much would you like to bet?
No gray, gorgeous. Why do I insist on excellence? For me, it's the best hair color in the world. Excellence, triple protection.
Well, unfortunately for Barbara, she has no
The
chance
Final
to
Jeopardy
win.
clue is you'll
In
have 60
1901,
seconds
she
to
published what
provide
has
your
become the
response.
best-selling children's book of
Good
all
luck.
time.
Contestant number 3.
They're smart, and there's Kmart smart.
However, both times I've won, I have not come up with the correct response at all.
Contestant number 3. What would you like to wager?
There's a pony. Rubber bands. An elephant has 4 knees. I think you're pretty.
You sounded pretty surprised at that last
The final Jeopardy clue is
I
you'll have
was.
60 seconds to provide your response.
In 1901, she
Good luck.
published what has become the best-selling children's book of all time. Unfortunately, Cindy doesn't know who it is.
Wow.
Contestant number 3. Let's see what your response was. Sorry, incorrect.
She didn't put down anything.
Good.
USA brings out the best in all of us.
When you mentioned the year 1984,
And your final Jeopardy wager was
2,400. That'll drop her down to 600 as we go to Barbara. She could not
Contestant
catch
number
me,
2.
but she certainly tried.
Let's see what your response was.
Her response was Beatrix Potter, and
Yes.
that is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And your final Jeopardy wager was your total.
4,000. That'll take her to 9,000.
Contestant number 1. Your final Jeopardy response was
It was Beatrix Potter.
good job.
We all know that's right. But I didn't have to risk anything. Did I wager anything? Of course I did. I just risked
And your
200.
final Jeopardy wager was
It was just
your
200.
total?
So I would go to 10,800, and I now have a.
Contestant
And I
number
now
1, you are now the reigning Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.
And I now have a 3-game winning total of $51,400 in 3 games.
So the PI knew Wells was
Very impressive.
This is right.
Subject I'm telling you, I'm really confident about when it comes to music, so.
Well, Eric, that last correct response you gave me in the regular round certainly paid off.
But I know he scored big with I Just Want to Say I Love You, which won him a grant.
That was good. And that will officially do it for game number 3 of my run of Jeopardy for the Sega CD, and I'll see you guys for game 4.